You may not realize it, Dad, but you've got stories that need telling. Here's Carey Casey, CEO of the National Center for Fathering, author of Championship Fathering and a Father of Four, on today's Father.
Do you consider yourself a storyteller? My good friend Steve Wilson, who is on our team here at NCF, wrote about this in a recent Just Be Dad blog, and he makes some great points. Steve remembers lots of stories from his mother's side of the family, being raised on the prairie in a sod house, the Dust Bowl of the 1930s, and so on. But those kind of vivid memories were missing from his father's side. His dad had a more complicated childhood and didn't talk about it much. Steve is thankful he got to take a virtual tour of the street where his dad grew up with help from online maps with street views. But his dad died not long after that, and now he wishes he had more of those opportunities with his dad, more walks and talks, and more stories to help him understand his ancestors and family legacy. There's a sense that understanding more about his dad would help him better understand himself. Steve's taken a different approach with his kids. They have heard plenty of stories about his childhood, summer vacations in western Kansas, and his long-distance relationship courting their mom. Steve believes the family stories his kids have listened to over the years have given them a greater sense of belonging and identity and a deeper connection to a positive family heritage. And there's research studies to back that up. One article in Atlantic Monthly magazine cited several studies showing some of those benefits. When parents share more family stories with their children, the children demonstrate better understanding of other people's emotions and thoughts, have higher self-esteem, better coping skills, and lower rates of depression and anxiety. So the takeaway is pretty clear. Tell stories to your children. Talk about your childhood and young adult years. Retell stories you heard from your parents. And if those grandparents are still around, get them to share memories also. And teenagers love to hear stories from their own youth. What you're doing is giving your children a sense of connection and identity. You might call it family roots. And as Steve points out, family stories are free. No books to buy, no subscriptions to renew. They can be told anywhere, anytime. Your stories can be given away without having to give them up. And best of all, your children can keep them and cherish them for a lifetime. This is Carey Casey for Today's Father.
To get our free ebook for dads, The 5 Things Every Kid Must Get from Dad, just visit fathers.com. Again, that's fathers.com. Or you can call 800-593-DADS. Thanks for listening, Dad, and keep up the good work.